This question is number 23 from lesson 3.03. This says, you decide to shoot a 0.8 kilogram beach ball into the air with a 100 Newton meter slingshot. Assume a constant 2.00 Newton force of drag acting on the ball. A tells us to determine the ball's kinetic energy when it's 1.5 meters off of the ground, and B asks us what will be the ball's maximum height. So here we set up guide and wrote down all the given. So the mass was given, the K was given, and the force of drag. So we also wrote down the unknowns. We want to find KE when H1 equals 1.5, and we also want to find the maximum height of the ball. So we know that E1 plus work equals E2, and work equals the force times displacement. So at point 1, we have EPE because the slingshot is stretched, plus the work of drag, equals GPE2 because the ball will have height, and what we're trying to find is KE2. So now we can plug in some numbers. 1/2, the K is 100, and then the X is just 1.5, so 1.5 squared, plus the work of drag, which is just the force, 2.00, times the displacement, which is also the height, equals GPE2, and we know the mass is 0.8 times gravity times the height. And then we're trying to find KE, so just KE2. So now when we do the math out, this comes out to be 112.5 plus -3, because this is negative, equals 12 plus KE2. These are the products of these. So now, when we solve this out, we get 97.5 joules equals KE2. So part B asks us to determine the maximum height of the ball. So here we can set up the same E1 plus work equation equals E3. And so we know that at point 1 there's EPE plus the work of drag. But we want to find the maximum height, so we put 1 to 3 equals GPE2 or 3. So then we can solve this. EPE1 from here was 112.5 plus the work of drag. It's going to be 2, the displacement. And we don't know the height. That's what we're trying to find, H3. Equals GPE, so 0.8 times gravity times H3. So when we solve this out, we get 112.5 equals 10 H3. And then when we divide by 10, H3 equals 11.25 meters. And then because of sig figs, there's only 3, so H3 equals 11.3.